It's only me who can show this car in the entire world.
Hi, this is JP for Classic Driver, and we are here at the Audi Museum's secret vault. And what I mean with that is that this is the true secret. We are traveling back in time. We will have a look at the most crazy creations made by Audi in terms of concept cars. So join us on this trip back to the future. And if you now think this is a standard Audi A8, it's not. And what this special car is, will Stefan tell us. Stefan Felber, the curator of this exhibition and the museum. Stefan, please, why is this a special A8?
Hi JP, welcome to the museum and welcome to our new exhibition. Count the doors.
1, 2. There's no two-door A8.
There is no two-door A8, you're absolutely right. So this is not an ordinary A8. This might be the most unknown car in our world. This is an A8 Coupe, a car which never existed. It was a prototype, it was a concept car, and it was the attempt to bring an upper-class coupe on the market under the brand of the Flurings.
I mean, I can tell you that I thought I've seen everything and I should have seen it at a car show, but I really can't remember it, and it looks absolutely mega.
So it was never presented by Audi. So it was just the attempt to do this. It was a secret project by Audi Design with all the technical development departments, and they just wanted to prove that it was possible to change the aluminium space frame construction, which is underneath the body, in a way to be able to have a two-door coupe without a B-pillar, which was very important. So there is no B-pillar on this car.
This door is, what is it, 2 meters? Nearly.
It's quite impressive, yes.
That's absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely stunning.
In the inside, one of the most exclusive A8s ever. You might recognize another Bentley element in this exhibition later on. Let's see. But this really is leather from Bentley. It's Connolly leather, which was exclusively used for this very British, elegant car with this in this two-door coupe.
Mega.
Great
absolutely
car from
stunning.
inside.
So how do you been able to allow to show these cars once again?
After a few years, there is no secret anymore. When the cars are long enough in our vault, in our secret car collection, it is not a problem any longer to show them.
So, I mean, this is absolutely a great start into our little secret walk before everyone else can come here to watch these fantastic cars. And one thing is clear, Stefan, this car doesn't go back to the vault. It goes to my garage.
Okay. Just give me your address and I will send it directly to you.
So we now have the chance to look at really amazing one-offs. And one-offs, literally, I mean, there are so many. Which one should we start with?
So you're free. Take your choice.
Let's have a look at the Steppenwolf.
Of course.
Okay, I feel highly illegal here because I'm sitting inside of a one-off concept. And as you see, a concept is a concept. So it's not really like made for me, and you can't adjust the seat and stuff like this. Stefan, what can we do?
So there would be only one solution for tall guys like you. We could take off the roof. Even if this is an all-terrain vehicle, it could be easily transformed into a cabriolet and it would give you more space for your head.
That would be a nice idea, but we don't do that.
We don't do that.
But the car we're describing here is the famous Audi Steppenwolf. What a name. I mean, immediately you think about Hermann Hesse, the famous author.
This was the relation, yes.
I didn't know that.
It was named after Hermann Hesse's novel Steppenwolf.
Wow. I mean, lots of leather. And it looks absolutely amazing. And I remember when this car came out, everyone was saying, okay, what drugs did they have taken in Ingolstadt besides beer? And what was the year of the Steppenwolf?
It was the year 2000, when it was presented on the Paris Motor Show as a combination of all-terrain vehicle, sports car and cabriolet. So this car was for multi-purpose use.
Before we talk further, let's have a look outside, because there are some elements I would like to ask you some questions.
Okay, no problem.
Actually, it's easy to get out. One element that I really, really liked on this car are the painted fenders, which I think is an element that I don't like too much on the Audi Allroads. Look at the lights. You see Audi design saying here in the front. It looks like steampunk inspired lighting.
Futuristic.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
Yeah, steampunk is I think, the right comparison. Extraordinary light, and this was the beginning of focusing on light design, which is also a very important skill in Audi design at the moment.
I mean, it looks like a cowboy.
Yeah, cowboy is not so far away from the normal use of this car. It was intended to drive in desert, in rough terrain.
And good brakes, Brembo brakes on it, so it has all the elements. The wheels look absolutely stunning.
And even with a self-inflating system. So
really?
there is this tube here,
Yes.
is connected to a control mechanism in the interior.
And then a compressor.
As a compressor, but on the first hand, when you are leaving the normal track and going on heavy terrain, you could reduce the pressure of the tires.
Because you have a high, you need the flatter tires to go to the
improve,
to improve the driving in new sense. So another element that I really like, and I would love to see more on Audis, is like the frame embossed for the rings, just the intake of the metal you left out. So it's really cool. Color cool. I mean, this is really like a super cool, fun car. Very good. How close was this to become a production car?
In fact, this was just to test how much utilities you could combine in one car. It would have been a compromise in every detail. I think the customer of Audi was not as developed as they thought at this time, and therefore it would have been a big risk to bring this car to a serial production. And we put it intentionally beside the TT, because there are some similarities visible.
Yeah.
If you look at this.
Also in the rear. I think the rear looks also pretty much like this. As you mentioned, it is intentionally to have both cars next to each other, Steppenwolf and the TT Coupe show car, because this is the first time the TT, which became such a loved car by people, because it was a small, super active and fantastic driving car. This is it?
This is the iconic first car ever called TT. This is the car which was presented in 1995. Also a very important moment in design history, because it transferred Audi at a sudden into a design-orientated brand. So from this time on, everybody knew what Audi design meant. This was very innovative, this was very brave, and for the first time we brought, nearly without any changes, a design concept car into a serial production. So there are just a few changes.
What are the changes? Let's find out.
Yes, find out. So it's on you.
The mirrors.
A little bit, yes.
Because I think they're a bit smaller.
They're a little bit smaller, yes.
Then something is off with the proportion of the B-pillar in this case. It looks
there is a window missing.
Exactly, here you are.
Just for a better back view, they decided to increase the screens here on this side. So there is one screen is missing, not very visible from our perspective at the moment. So
is the exhaust system?
Exhaust system.
Let's have a look.
Very detailed and
yes, well, it's like with the rivets.
Yes,
nice.
They changed it into a more serial production exhaust system.
But the lights are the same, right?
The lights are the same. Even this very expensive, very massive filling cap here on the side, which became a real design icon from Audi.
I mean, for me, I have to say, I like both. I like the missing window a bit better. How about you guys? You like more the serial production or the concept? You can let us know down in the comments of this video. But that's so cool to see how close a concept car can be to what will become a reality on the roads. Absolutely cool. Stefan, one of the most exciting cars of the world of Audi's concept cars is definitely this, I would say, Silver Arrow.
Indeed, it's a Silver Arrow. It's one of a modern interpretation of one of our Silver Arrows, of the streamlined Type C from the 1930s. And it was an honor for us of Audi Tradition that in 1991, Audi Design decided to present a new prototype, a new design study with the form and with an interpretation of the former Auto Union Silver Arrows at this time.
And obviously an engine in the back.
It is not the first. The first one is here on the left, but it's the second car with a mid-engine configuration we presented. And not with an ordinary engine, it's a W12 engine, which was located longitudinal behind the two driver seats. So this was a sensation. It was common known by Ferrari, it was common known by Lamborghini, but not from Audi. And this was the sensation.
This car meant so much for the Audi history, for the younger Audi history. And there's also something special about it because it was kind of a challenge for the Japanese market.
It was to tell them that they are not longer enemies to us, because when the Japanese brands conquered the German market, they entered the mid-class category of cars, and that's why Audi decided to become an upper-class brand and a sports car brand. And the first attempt to show this, very impressive, was to present this car on the Tokyo Motor Show in 1991. This was in a region the Japanese couldn't enter at this time. So this was, look what we are able to produce. This is the upper end of all the automobile range which was possible at this time.
I mean, for me, I have to say, and I'm thinking you can't say that, but the front reminds me a little bit of the Bugatti Veyron.
Might be.
Let's look
it's a super sports car.
Let's have a look at a closer look. I mean, honestly, there's a bit of Bugatti in this car.
The reason is because of this very, very short front end of this car. The two drivers are positioned at the front end of the car, so they are sitting right between the two axles. And the position is if you see, 1/3 of the car is in front of the driver, and the rest, the 2/3, are behind him. And that's because of the engine, because the engine needed the space, and the driver position has to be driven a little bit to the front of the car. There was no need for a longer nose because the engine was in the back. That solved an old Audi problem. Because
which was?
We always had the problem with our front wheel drive, and in combination with the motor in the front, that our motor housings were very long. So this was a problem in aesthetics at this time.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. I mean, I would say it's the most Italian-looking German car ever made in history. How sad are you sometimes that these concepts, and we mentioned it in the intro, these concepts are some of the most well-kept secret until they're out there. But how sad are you that this never became reality in a sense?
So there are two hearts pounding in my breast, because on the one hand, a one-off car is always great for people who are doing exhibitions, because it's only me who can show this car in the entire world. But of course, it would have helped Audi in an immense way to become one of the most sportive brands in the world immediately in the same year if this car would have been released in a bigger scale.
Yeah, and let's look a bit on the details.
Yeah.
So what we said, we have this super short overhangs in the front.
In the front?
As you said, no need.
No need, because maybe for a trunk or something, for a small suitcase, but not for more.
And now, I think also, what's very interesting is the position of the rear mirrors. It's absolutely stunning, because just as a non-designer, I just can only say, okay, I don't want to ruin anything in a streamlined shape. So what I'm doing is, I put the mirrors that are needed, I put them here, not like at the Estera in the middle or like the Periscopio in Lamborghini, but I put them hanging on the upper frame of the door.
Perfect solution. With bringing the mirrors to the roof line, you have a non-disturbed line from this wheel housing to this wheel housing. And this is the most iconic, the most important design element of the Avus, the original Avus from 1937.
And I mean, look at the powerhouse in the back. I mean,
this is like a shopping window.
Yes.
So
I mean, this is like the width of the car.
It's a showcase presenting the most important thing, the immense 12-cylinder engine with 60 waves. In fact, tell you a secret, there was never a real engine in it. So this is just a mock-up, to be honest. But it gives an impression how it would have looked if the engine would have been transplanted.
Yeah.
But it never was the aim or was the target to produce a drivable car. So this was just to present aluminium and 12-cylinder engine combined in an interpretation of the silver eras of the 30s.
I mean, look at the big snorkels to get just the air
in. This Nazca opening.
Yes, Nazca opening. It's amazing. So the idea was to have it as a Quattro, right?
Of course.
So that was
the Spider was a Quattro, and this was also a Quattro concept at this time. No sports car without Quattro.
Yeah, a good Audi philosophy, I would say.
Of course.
For you personally, what is the one element you love the most on the Avus? And show it to us, please.
It's the motor compartment. So without any doubt. So it's always when I'm standing here with this big screen. This is, as I mentioned, it's a showcase which is presenting the heart of this car. Everything happens here. So this is the best side of the car.
I couldn't agree more, because I think it's absolutely stunning to see. I mean, Yes, it's a mock-up, and yes, in reality there would be more cable stuff like this, but imagine to have such a clean engine compartment.
That's the most important thing to
Yes.
imagine.
Yeah.
This concept cars are made to make you dream.
Yes.
So you should, in your mind, you should sit in this car and hear the sound of the engine and feel the speed, and that's what they should give you when watching them. So
Yeah.
this is what they are made. They are dream-making machines or something like that.
These cars are sources of inspiration, and they show what future could have looked like. And I think, coming back to the taillights remind me of the Bentley GT.
You're a connoisseur.
And
Yes.
it's not bad.
No.
Because why not getting inspired by something that has been introduced in 1991 and make it a bit better in the sense of more into the time? It's amazing. Stefan, I agree. I mean, this is one of a masterpiece. I think we have to thank you and the whole team to make it possible to see these things which are normally locked away very securely.
It's a great honor for me that they trust me and they trust also our visitors.
Yeah.
Not to touch the car, not to destroy them, because every transport and every exhibition is a danger to the
Yeah.
car. It's, for me, it's really an important thing to be able to have access to this collection and to take out the most prestigious cars and put them together in an exhibition like this.
Very nice. Amazing.
JP, come a little bit closer. We have the once-in-a-lifetime chance to see the interior.
I mean, that's amazing. And that's definitely the 4 famous rings.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Even in detail, inspired by the brand, the Audi brand.
Yeah.
And also wood is continuing here on the gear shift, red leather, lightweight racing seats. It's great.
Amazing.
It's a great combination. So not only design on the exterior, but also the interior design is absolutely exquisite and exclusive.
I think it's the first time actually I see the car that close from the inside.
And of course, this butterfly doors,
Yeah.
also exceptional. Never been presented by Audi in any car. So this is the first car with this very, very exotic door construction.
Now I really want to have this car.
So JP, I just told you that the Avus was a mid-engine super sports car made out of aluminium. But it was not the first model. The real first mid-engine aluminium sports car Audi ever presented was also in 1991, only a few months before the Avus on the Frankfurt Motor Show. And the car was the Audi Quattro Spider. This beautiful sports car in Fiji orange. It's not polished, but it's also very exclusive and I think very beautiful.
Stefan, I have a question. You said this is a Spider. But to be honest, I think you're fooling us because
No.
this is definitely not a Spider.
So I never would fool you. In fact, Spider in a very, very, very wide interpretation, it's more a Targa because you can put out this roof part with this photovoltaic cells on it, and you can put it here on the top of the motor compartment.
That was what.
And there it would rest while you are driving under the sunshine in the summer. In case of rain, you had to stop and together with your passenger, you could close the car in a few minutes. So very clever system.
Absolutely. No.
There's no problem if it gets wet. And there's also no problem with the air because are not the openings for aspiring the engine. The air is passing by here on the back window.
Nice. Okay, we let it. I think it's acceptable to say this is a Spider. I mean, the name Targa might be used by
another brand, which is very close to us, but
but not at that time.
Not at that time,
to be honest.
That might have been the problem of this car at the end.
But it looks. I mean, here's one thing. I just have to note that I definitely checked with Stefan, and sometimes I allow to very carefully come close to the cars. But it's a disclaimer, so please don't do that. We have wonderful pairs of eyes, and we don't need our hands. But if you see beautiful lines like this, I mean, Stefan, this window is absolutely useless, but it just looks great.
Yeah.
Because there's no connection to the greenhouse whatsoever.
So it's just to lighten up this area here. So if we would have filled it with metal, so this would be too massive.
Yeah.
And they integrated this window to make it even lighter and to continue this line. So imagine if this line would end here.
Yeah.
So there would be no harmony. So they continued this line until in the middle of the engine compartment. And at the same time, as I mentioned, it is the way to transfer air into the engine compartment.
Speaking about the engine, so what was the idea for this concept? Is this a 6-cylinder?
It's a 6-cylinder, a V6-cylinder engine. It was a serial production engine which was used at this time in the Audi AT. So it's a 2.8 liter V6-cylinder engine, naturally aspired, and the sensation of this car was that it was mounted as a mid-engine, first time in the history of Audi between the driver and the rear axle.
I see that, and I have to say, luckily, it's very hard to say that now, but luckily there's less Audi AT in this car than I would imagine.
Yeah. This was the first attempt to become more sportive and to become not as conservative as they were at this time. Problem was, we always had only a 4-cylinder, 4-stroke engine.
Yeah.
Next step would have been to implant a 6-cylinder engine, which was needed in this class, in a sportive class. But we only could deliver a 4-cylinder engine because we always had front-wheel drive. But this changed with introducing the permanent 4-wheel drive Quattro.
Yeah.
From this time on, we were able to implant 5-cylinder engines, V6-cylinder engines, and later on even 8-cylinder engines in our cars.
No, it's a very interesting car that I was not aware of. And again, it looks to me quite timeless. It looks, it remembers me on some sporty, very cool, small GT cars in a sense. Yeah. And very cool, well made. Very
lightweighted aluminium body, not an ASF, but also cladded with aluminium panels. Very lightweight. Also with this tugger roof, you could drive it in winter. You can drive it in summer. And with its 6-cylinder engine, it was also a real sports car regarding top speed and acceleration. And
correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it must be one of the few ones that have also an Audi logo in the 90s on the hood.
A typical element of the 90s, because Audi was struggling with the brand identity. So the 4 rings should be exchanged through this oval Audi emblem. And this was the first attempt to bring this, to introduce this Audi emblem on a sports car.
I mean, definitely with this, you're the king at the ice cream parlor, I would say. Definitely.
Definitely.
Very cool concept.
Despite the Audi Avus, the Spider was intended to be brought into a serial production. Mm-hmm. And it was very close that you could have been the king of the ice cream parlor, because some things went wrong and it was a political decision, but at the end the decision was clear: we are not producing this car. Regrettable.
What a wonderful car.
Yeah.
Stefan, thank you very much for this amazing inside peek to the Audi Museum's concept car vault and this exhibition. It was absolutely amazing, and for me a dream came true to be very close to the Avus. It was a childhood dream, so thank you very much for this. It was absolutely stunning.
For me, it was a pleasure. Thanks for visiting us. I hope you enjoyed this first view into our secret vault. And I hope that many visitors will join you and will come to see our exhibition. And I hope to see you back for the next exhibition in July, maybe. I hope so.
With absolute pleasure. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And I think we didn't overpromise. You saw some of the most amazing concept cars from the secret vault down here at the Audi Museum. And with this, I would like to say thank you for following. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to never miss one of our videos. And for me, it's just to say, never lift. Bye-bye.